Hey everyone, well here we are, we're at the end of the season and I'm gonna give you guys my review for the 900 Ace Turbo. I probably got just under 2,000 kilometers on this thing. Everybody knows it's been such a crappy year and I didn't do the riding I usually do. Usually put on 5,000 to 7,000 kilometers. Like I said, it is what it is. At least I got, I think it was like 1,800 down on the sled. And a lot of you want me to compare this stock to tuned with the MCX Express. Now, I really can't do that. I can compare it to my 2020, which had about 180 horsepower, maybe 185, but I never rode it stock. As soon as I got it, I took it straight to Ledger Performance, and he put the tune in for me, put the track in for me. And guys, this thing here is just a beast. This thing just wails. On my 2020, I think the most I got it up to was like 171. This thing on a lake with the throttle to the bar for a long time, I couldn't get it past 171. This thing here on a rail trail, just messing around, it was just bouncing off 174, 175. I think I got it up to 176 once, just messing around. A lot faster. And guys, the Smart Shocks, if you don't have Smart Shocks, you guys gotta try them out. Nothing like Smart Shocks. I hit some sections that were like, I thought it was gonna go bad for me. This thing here held straight, soaked up all the bumps, and just kept going, no problem. So impressive. I was so impressed with this thing. Now, these 900 Ace Turbos, I've had two of them. And both of them, I can tell you, are pretty much the same in the handling department. Straight line, great. They're great sleds, don't get me wrong. A lot of power in the top end. You know, when you're doing some large kilometers, you want to be on a 4-stroke. But when it comes to tight and twisty corners, they lack a little bit. They need work. You have to get them to that place where you like them. You know, my 850 XRS, right out of the box, that thing handled amazing. My Gen 5 850 XRS, one of the best handling sleds I've ever had, and I mean it. Right out of the box, that didn't do nothing. That thing just handled, did everything I liked. Whatever I wanted it to do, it did. This thing here needs work. You gotta play with the skis, you gotta play with the carbides, you gotta get it to where you like it. I tried it out of the box. Certain conditions it went fine, but then when I really started getting hard and heavy onto it, I realized it wasn't gonna work. So I put on the Bergstrom's carbides. You guys can go back and see that video, and it is an improvement, no question. They do feel like the Snow Trackers, but they don't carve into corners the way I like. No darting. It felt light in the front end. Automatically, it eased my arms. It was easier on the arms. And you know what? My second day with the Bergstroms, I really settled in and I started having fun with this thing. So I'm gonna keep on trying, and I'm gonna keep those Bergstroms on for a little while longer. I'm gonna try them out and see how they are. I think they just might work, but I might try something different. Who knows? We're gonna see. Now, this thing here, this Shorty. I've been running Shorty levers since I was a kid on my dirt bikes. You know, even before the Shorty levers came out on the dirt bikes, I used to cut them. On my 1991 KX125, when I used to race it, I actually cut them to make them shorter. That was before the Shorties came out. This one here, I wasn't too impressed with it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have it adjusted all the way out, and it's still too close to the bar for me. I got big hands. When I'm wearing the gloves, just feels awkward, you know. When you hammer on the gas, you gotta grab onto this thing with your whole hand sometimes, and then when you come to lift your fingers out, I know everybody says, yeah, you keep them there. Yeah, you keep them there, but when you hammer down, you gotta hang on to this fucking thing, and it's just uncomfortable. If they were just out maybe an inch and a half more adjustment out, they would work for me, but they're not working for me like this. I'm gonna be straight. Even the stock one feels good. Like my Gen 5 on the 850 feels good. Feels better than this one for me right now. I like the Shorty. I wanted to try it out, but they still need to work on this. It's not perfect. It might work for a lot of guys with little hands, but it's not working for me. I got these big meat hooks. When I'm wearing the gloves, they're just too close to the bar. Like they're really close to the bar. I'm not grabbing them with the tip of my fingers. I'm grabbing them from over here, and it just changes the way you feel the brake. And at first, I didn't like it. I thought the brake was overkill. As soon as you grab that brake a little bit, it would just lock up. So this extra Brembo brake, what they got, like 2 4-piston Brembo brake, at first was not working for me. I really had to get used to that. The brake was a little bit of overkill. I like to feel my brake. When you're at a top speed, a high speed, you feel it more. But when you're not going so fast and you gotta work the brake, it could get tricky. It just locks up, and I don't like that. Maybe it's because of the lever. It's too close, and I'm not feeling it, or if it's just too much power on the brake. I'm not sure. But this combo, I got used to it. It's fine. Don't get me wrong. This is an awesome sled, awesome brakes. The brake lever is a cool idea, but it's just not working for me. My hands are too big. I don't feel the brake no more. As soon as I go for it, she locks up. A few times I was trying to slow down for a corner and I would lock it up, and the sled, once you lock it up, you don't have much control of it, and that's what happened. But it is what it is. I'm gonna see what other options they have for this, or might have to use smaller gloves. I don't know. But like I said, I got used to it. So at the end of the season, it was feeling okay, but it wasn't perfect. It wasn't as great as everybody was talking about. Like I said, I've been riding dirt bikes since I was a kid, and I know about Shorties. These suck. Serious. You know, the adjustment, there is an adjustment, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Brings it in, brings it out, maybe an inch and a half. That's not enough. That's not enough. Like I said, it might be enough for certain people. Wasn't enough for me. And I've been running Shorties since I was a teenager on my dirt bikes. So these Shorties, they're cool, but needs improvement. 100% on those. Now for the rest of the sled, headlights, awesome guys. The new LED lights with the auxiliary, awesome. I think it looks great. They function great. Awesome thing. And these signal hand guards, I like them. I hope they'll, like, I haven't seen them much on the trail, so I hope they catch on with people. And the new throttle cable, much better than the old electric throttle. Now they have on the 4-strokes and the 900 turbo, they have the cable that goes into the electric, which works better, less delay, less lag, but it's still there. No question about it. There's still a little bit there. Less than my 2020. My 2020, you could go like this and then the sled would go. This one here is a little better, much better, but not as snappy as the 850, but everybody knows that. Like I said, guys, tons of power. This thing here is just a beast. The MCX tune, guys, if you want to know about that, go to a video that I put up early in the season. I think it's performance improvements on the 900 Ace Turbo, and that'll show you the whole kit, how it goes on, explain to you and everything. So far, honestly, this thing here just sounds so good, like with that blow-off valve. I kind of got addicted to that noise. I just kept going whoop and letting go and letting go. The noise never gets old. This thing here just sounds amazing. You know, guys, video does not do this sound justice. You gotta ride it, hear it, and use it, and feel it. Amazing. It sounds awesome, this sled. I love the sound. Now, honestly, guys, it's an amazing sled. No question about that. 900 Ace Turbo, 900 Ace Turbo R. Don't matter which one you have. They're amazing sleds. They run. You can't kill them. They run forever. And as long as you maintain them properly, they're great sleds. Never had an issue with either one of them. I've had two. No issues at all. And I've been hard on both of them. And amazing sleds. Guys, this year we had such a horrible year. I didn't get to test on her the way I really wanted to. I haven't took her up to the max. I don't know the top speed. I didn't find this year a lake that was wide open, good enough conditions where I can open it up, and that's the truth. And for the little times I went out, my attention was with the steering and the cornering, and I got that worked out like pretty much. The last day I rode, I just got comfortable. Like I said, second day I had those on, I really got comfortable and I started having fun with the sled. And it was like the last day I was out riding. But like I said, I don't know what the top speed is, but I can tell you right away, she is quicker than the stock one, way quicker. You know, my 180 horsepower was fast, but not this fast. This is like, it gets there 170, 175, no problem, fast. And it's not even topped out, so there's still a lot there left. But I didn't have the room or the time or the opportunity to try it out, which sucked. It is what it is. Looking forward to next year to doing that. I still got a test on her, guys. I still have a lot. I didn't dial her in the way I wanted with the front end. Power's all there, but that just makes everything else more difficult, if you know what I mean. Like, the more power you have, the harder it is to set up, or the more precise you have to be to set up on grip and in cornering, and the cornering does get harder. So like, if you're just riding around, you know, speed limit, it's completely fine. You're not gonna have any issues at all. But you know, when you go to like 60 kilometers above the speed limit a little bit, you might have some cornering issues, but like I said, guys, I wish I had more answers for you. I just don't this season. The season is what it is. I was just, you know, close to the end. I was just done with it. I just wanted it to be over. It was such a crappy season. I didn't do the riding I wanted. Any local rides, I did maybe one local ride one day, and I didn't hit the trails that I normally hit to test on the front end. I got some trails around here that are tight and twisty and go, you know, and I can really test on the front end, see how it is. And I didn't even take that trail at all this year. And but like I said, guys, we had a crappy year. It is over. The 900 Ace Turbo is an awesome sled. Tons of power, tons of fun. If you guys have any questions, if I missed anything, just beep bloop it down below, guys. I read all my comments. I get back to everybody who's got a question. Leave a question, leave a comment. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And stay tuned, guys. We have dirt bike season coming up. I got some builds going on. I got a few dirt bikes that I still haven't tested out fully from last season. I think the spring and the summer is going to be great. Hopefully. And hopefully I get enough time to get out there and ride. And stay safe, guys. Have a great summer. Don't forget to hit the notify button so when I put out some new videos, you guys get notified. I got a lot of videos still to come out, and I'll see you guys later.